Hello and welcome back. The other day somebody commented on one of my videos that I was spending a little bit too much time talking and didn't get to work quite fast enough. And I apologize for that, but I believe that the explanations and the descriptions and the instruction is almost as important as the hands-on showing you what's going on. And he quoted that famous British blacksmith that most of us are familiar with. He said, "Too much yak and not enough whack." Unfortunately, I'm going to disappoint that gentleman again today because this video will be pretty much all talking and no actual forge work. But it's going to be short. It's just a little quick update, a few announcements from a business point of view, and then we'll get on to another video hopefully this afternoon and get 2 videos posted today so you actually get some forge work in. For those of you who didn't know, I spent most of my working career as a firefighter. I spent 27 years on the Aurora Fire Department, and a little over 3 years ago I decided it was time to retire and devote my energies to blacksmithing full-time. I've actually been blacksmithing since 1984 and running it as a business since 1990. So blacksmithing wasn't anything new, but it had not been my primary source of income. And today it is my primary source of income. So a little over 3 years ago, I should have done this video last week, but I didn't think of it. I took my helmet off of the engine for the last time, and I picked up my hammer full-time. It's turned into about a 60-hour-a-week job. About 30 hours of that is actually in the shop working, and the other 30 hours is in the office or running to town for supplies or going to shows, classes, workshops, things that aren't actively producing product. And I think that's a pretty accurate breakdown of how most blacksmiths spend their time. It's not all standing in the shop at the anvil. If you're running a business, there's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that isn't producing product. It's been a great 3 years, and I really appreciate all the support from my friends, my family, my customers, those of you watching YouTube, my Instagram followers. By the way, we're almost to 30,000 followers on Instagram, so if you haven't gone over there, go check me out on Instagram. You can really see what I'm up to there. But things have been busy. When I retired from a 56-hour career as a firefighter, I really thought I wasn't going to have to work that hard in the blacksmith shop. That was a bit naive of me. So I'm looking for ways to maybe slow down a little bit and get back down to maybe a 40 or 50-hour work week instead of a 60-hour work week. And I'm hoping that the YouTube channel will help support that option. But I'm also going to change a little bit of the way I actually do business. Currently, the way I do business is based on made-to-order work. Almost everything I do, if you order a holdfast, I will make you a holdfast. If you order an adze, I will make you an adze, or a hammer, or a spoon knife. And for the most part, that works out well. I know exactly what people want. The problem with that is that oftentimes I get talked in or tempted to do things that maybe I am not as efficient at. And that means they take longer. Or sometimes it takes me 3, 4, 5 tries to get exactly the product the customer wants. And that means I get behind. Currently I have 56 orders waiting in the queue. Some of those orders are 3 months old. And I truly apologize to anybody that has been waiting that long. I never intend for orders to go that long. I prefer to get things out in 4 to 6 weeks, but it just doesn't always happen. And the larger custom and semi-custom orders are one of the reasons for that. It just takes a lot longer, and you have to make test pieces, and you have to practice technique, and you learn things, and it's great to learn things. A lot of what I do now is based on what was once a custom order, and it gets better and better. So it's a good thing in that respect, but I don't like putting my customers off. So my intent now is to go to more of a ready-made format. I will make things that have been popular in the past and also give myself the freedom to make things that I want to make. I've always wanted to make a big goose wing broadaxe, but I don't have any customers lined up to buy something like that, and it may take me 2 weeks to make one, which would be a $2,000 or $3,000 broadaxe if I were making it as a custom order. But if I make something like that and it doesn't come out just the way I want it to, but it's still a good usable tool, it can be made available for sale if I'm selling ready-made product. But if somebody's ordering and having it made to order, that doesn't work out so well because that's not exactly what they ordered. So I'm going to try that format. It means I'm taking a chance on whether or not I'm making the right things. It means people have to keep an eye on what I'm doing to know if I'm making what they want, and to look in my Etsy shop because that's where I will put the ready-made items. It'll probably take me a year or even 2 years to make this transition. Like I say, I currently have 56 orders in the queue. I have to make those orders, and then I have to start making things to stock the shelves with, and that's going to take time. So bear with me if you're one of my customers. If you're one of the YouTube viewers, this is a good thing because all those unique, interesting things that I would love to make will also make great videos, and we will videotape the progress so you can follow along and see what it takes. So when I make that goose wing broadaxe, which will probably be a while, it'll be a great YouTube video to watch. It's not something that's out there on YouTube, so I think it'll be an interesting thing to do. And we'll make other variations of adzes and axes and spoon knives and just make a lot of things that are fun to make and keep blacksmithing exciting for me and hopefully keep the YouTube videos exciting for you. So that's pretty much it for today. It's just a little bit of a chit-chat. I think I'll show you the other project I'm working on real quick just so you know where I'm going. And some of you probably have noticed out this door here that sometimes it looks a little weird. So I'm going to take a quick look out that door and show you what I'm working on. And it's another one of the things that takes time away from the shop and keeps me from getting the orders made is all the construction projects I'm involved in between my house. We're building a little cabin using historic homestead cabin logs. We're trying to reassemble that cabin. It takes time, and the shop is a work in progress. So take care. I don't know if any of you are familiar with the concept of the earth ships by architect Michael Reynolds. This is something that has always intrigued me, but I'm never going to build a house this way. I simply don't have the time, and I love the house we're living in now. But I've always been tempted. So my concession to never living in an earth ship, which is made with rammed earth tires, is going to be my little office behind the shop here. Let's see if we can, there's a little more wide angle. So I've actually been working on this for a few years, just a few hours here and a few hours there. But the tire wall is finally done. The concrete bond beam was poured. And when I had the blacksmith group over, a couple of my buddies came by a few days early, and we got the roof pretty much framed. I still got to put a little bit more OSB up there. But this is going to be just a nice little concession. So if you've been looking out that side door, this is what you've been looking at. That wall of tires is a retaining wall. And it's just going to be an interesting, fun little project. It won't get much video here because it really isn't very blacksmithing related. So that's just a brief update into what's going on around here. And again, I'd like to say thank you to all the viewers out there. Thanks to my customers, thanks to my Instagram followers, my Facebook subscribers. That's Black Bear Forge at Facebook. Don't look for me by name. The shop site is where you'll find the blacksmithing content. So thank you very much again. Time for me to get back to work. This afternoon I'm going to try and do another video. I'd love it if you'd subscribe. I know this isn't much blacksmithing today, but I promise we're going to get right back to it. Have a good day.